Welcome back to the pod. This is That's Unfortunate. I'm your host, Torrie, and today we have Aaron, my husband.
Hey.
We've been married since 2019, but we've been together since 2013.
Yeah.
I'll just quickly say like how we met and stuff.
Okay.
Well, and that's kind of hard to even do, to say quickly, because there's so many other things, but knew each other when we were kids. He doesn't remember, but we definitely did. We played together at his house.
You sure?
I'm very sure. Don't get closer to the mic.
Sorry.
You don't have to get the mic. It can hear you from where you are.
Okay.
All right. So we played together, and I came down here, and there's a gator, and anyways, like I ran over his tree one time, and his mom got really mad and made me leave. And like, I don't know how he doesn't remember that, but he says he doesn't. But anyways, when we were
the gator.
You remember
it's like
that.
a old side by side.
So you don't remember me? Got it.
No.
Your soulmate?
I also remember the tree and the scar that was on the tree, but I don't.
Yeah, that was me. But anyways, because like my mom was like with a guy like that lived at the end of the road, yada yada. So that's like how we ended up like down here at his house playing. But anyways, and then I guess I was maybe like 15, and I'd like still like just always had a crush on him. And so I messaged him on Facebook, and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" So like I slid in his DMs basically. And he was
Probably poked me a few times.
Oh, I definitely was poking on the Facebook. But I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And he was like, "Nothing." I still have the Facebook messages, which are so cute, but
You better screenshot them and save them on your computer.
I think I did. But anyways, we talked for a little bit on Facebook or whatever, and like we talked about like me reading a book and stuff, and then I was like, "Hey, you should text me." He was like, "I don't have your number." And I was like, "Well, this is it." And then he texted me, and then we went on a date at our local Mexican restaurant, and I was obsessed, but he was still pining over his ex, so nothing came of that. Try not to be salty.
Big dummy. Me, not you.
That's okay. We were teenagers. And then after that, we kind of just were like friends, and we would hang out every now and then. And like I had some boyfriends, and he had some girlfriends. And then at one point, we were both single and
ready to mingle
with each other. Well, and so like I found out while I was getting out of a relationship that he was single, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I cannot miss this opportunity again," because it felt like we just kept missing each other. Anytime you were single, I wasn't, and vice versa. And so, yeah, basically,
finally worked out.
I was just like, "Hey, let's hang out," and we just started dating. And then all these years later, now we're married. I had a crush on you whenever I drove my gator into your tree.
That was so cute, if I remembered.
It would be really cute if you remembered it. But Aaron has like a really bad memory. He doesn't remember anything. Yeah, that's basically the gist of it. We got married 2019. We have 2 dogs, 2 cats. Happy family.
Mm-hmm. Some Pokemon.
So tell
cards.
us a little bit about yourself, Aaron.
Didn't know that I was going to be asked.
I know, it's like the worst question ever. Like I hate it when I go to the like job interviews and they're like, "Tell me about you." I'm like, "Well, I've actually never actually been a human my whole entire life, apparently. And I don't like anything or do anything or have any accomplishments. Thanks."
All right. That sounds what I was thinking, because that's the gist of it. Yep.
Okay. Well, Aaron likes Pokemon. As you can see on his shirt, I got him that for Christmas.
Yeah.
It's cute. He look good in yellow. Aaron's a ginger. For all of our listeners who aren't watching the video, mildly. He used to be more redheaded when he was a teenager, and like the older he gets, like the more brown it looks, really.
Yeah, probably.
But it's still red.
Now during the summertime, it gets a little more light, I guess.
I'd say so. We went shopping today for Pokemon cards, and we looked all over. Well, first of all, we went to GameStop.
Mm-hmm.
And we got there at 8:30, We had to drive 55 minutes to get there because we don't have a GameStop around us. We drove 55 minutes to get there. And we sat outside in line in the cold. We were probably like the 7th person. And they opened at 10. What?
I did get Chick-fil-A, though.
Oh, he got Chick-fil-A. He's very happy about that.
I was the only one that was happy about that.
I also got Chick-fil-A, and I was also very happy.
Okay. That's what I was thinking. I thought everybody was happy about that.
Everybody was happy. And then the dude comes out, and he's like, we're going to do tickets. And I'm like, okay, perfect. Tickets that are like 1 through
That's what I thought.
15
like,
or whatever.
Perfect.
That way no one's confused about what number they are. No.
Lottery.
They're like raffle tickets.
I guess.
So we've been out there for
a little while. It was probably really an hour at that time.
At that time, an hour, but like really, we got there.
Weird.
We were there 2 hours early for the release, and they gave out these stupid raffle tickets. We were like 7th in line or something, and then we get in there. They're calling numbers. We saw a dude roll up driving.
I'm trash talking this guy.
I'm not trash talking him. I just kind of hate him.
Okay,
but he whipped into the parking spot right at like, so they released him at 10:30. He whipped in there at like 10:25, and
fair.
Walked up in there, got a ticket.
Boom.
He got some stuff.
He
so
left.
They like did it like a raffle. They like called one at a time, and there was 3 of us, me, Aaron, and Lainey, and not one of us got called.
Nope.
So wasted that whole morning basically, and then we went to a different card store that opened at 12. We got in line, I don't know, like 11:40, and they only had 15 items or 16 items.
Yeah, 16.
And you could only get one thing, and so we were like 13, 14, 15.
Yeah, and one person after me.
One person after Aaron got something, but you can only get one thing, so we ended up each getting a mini tin that has 2 packs in there of Prismatic Evolutions. That was what we were there for, but we were also mostly at GameStop for the release of Blooming Waters. Aaron really loves 151, and we didn't get him. And we spent that whole morning doing that, and it was terrible.
We're going to try again tomorrow.
But anyways, we got some other cards, and it was, I think some Vivid Voltage, is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's cool.
We opened some of that. We have a Valentine's Day date tomorrow. Yeah. It's not Valentine's Day weekend, that's next weekend. This is the weekend before. Aaron made us a reservation at this restaurant I really love. And then we're also going to go to like 2 other places, and like I think the first place we're going to go, it's like a really cool bar. We're going to go have a drink and maybe get charcuterie. And then there's this other cool like cocktail lounge, and we're probably going to get a drink there and then go to dinner. Make a day out of it.
And apparently throw in some Pokemon.
And probably throw in some Pokemon, because why not? Even though we spent too much money today on Pokemon that we didn't even want.
And we didn't even get what we wanted.
Yeah, and like the packs I opened, I didn't really get any hits, so that's great. But I'm really excited for dinner tomorrow. It's going to be so fun. So anyways, this episode is probably going to be a little bit of Aaron and then a little bit of Courtney.
Oh, Courtney's going to pop in after me?
She's on her way, yeah.
Okay.
And
back to the normal host.
Well, yeah. And usually, and me and Courtney might record another episode, honestly. This might just be a little bonus, but we're going to a Galentine's party tonight. At Lainey's house. Very excited. So she will get here in just a few minutes, and then we probably only have like 30 minutes to record, and then we'll have to head over there. I just was feeling like recording a little episode.
We might be going to the boy time party.
Oh, boy time party.
I don't know. The girls are gone, so I guess the guys might hang out. Maybe not. Don't know. We might go to a bar that has some pool tables.
Yeah.
I probably won't play. If I do play, I really won't be playing. I'll just be hitting the balls because I suck at pool. But maybe getting some folks warmed up or something.
I don't think you really care about pool.
Not one bit. I don't mind.
But like playing just because it's there.
But yeah, I don't really care.
I used to play, so like at my dad's house, he lived next door to my grandfather, and my grandfather had a pool table in his like shed or garage or shop or whatever you want to call it, and me and my sister would go over there and play pool a lot.
That's fun.
Like not really play
Well, I
because we
used to
didn't
play,
really know how to play, I guess, but we would just hit the balls. You'd think I'd be good at pool because of all of that, because we didn't have cell phones back then. I'm not that good.
As a kid, I went to somebody's like, it would be the equivalent of a pool house. Like if you have a pool with a house that your guests go into, and something. Have you ever been into one of those that have like pool table and games and stuff set up next to the pool table or the swimming pool? Well, then it was kind of more like I wouldn't even say like a lake house. It was like kind of sitting off of a pond, and it had like some games and stuff in it. So you could fish and swim, and then you could go in there and play some games and stuff.
Okay.
And then played a little pool there as a kid. But obviously I wasn't really playing pool. I just
Hitting the balls. Which, felt like you were playing pool as a kid.
Yeah.
At Galentine's, we're making charm necklaces and maybe charm bracelets, because I bought like a bracelet set from TJ Maxx or something.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. And then eating pizza.
Y'all
and playing Jeopardy.
Y'all gonna have food? You think there's gonna be food where I'm going? No. I'm gonna be starving.
Well, you need to get some food.
Where am I gonna get food?
I don't know. On y'all's way out of town.
Where?
Grab some Taco Bell. Aaron started streaming this past week. That's super fun. His name on Twitch is Young Cyndaquil. If you want to go catch him playing some games, he's much better than me.
I don't have near as many followers as you, so are you sure I'm better than you?
Well, yeah, you are better than me, because he's just better at games. Like the games that he plays a lot, like he just is really knowledgeable about them, and I think people really like that. So, and you're good at yapping. You would think I'm good at yapping because I have a podcast and I stream and I do all this stuff, but I'm just not as great at it. But I loved watching Aaron stream and clipping it and editing it. Like, I think that's my calling, is to watch Aaron stream and edit his stuff and make him big.
Sounds good to me. I think it sounds good to me. I don't know.
Because I like it, but it's just like I think it's because there's no one there to talk to. If I could find somebody to stream with, like if we had 2 PCs, we only have one, so we really can't play anything together. But if we had 2 PCs and you could stream in your man cave and I could stream in here and we could talk to each other, I think that we would do really well.
What game would we play together?
Literally anything. It takes 2. We could play Among Us. We could play Mario Party. Like literally anything where you can have multiple players. Like we could play those and
okay, I could get down on Mario Party.
Just talking to each other. Like that's what I need. I need somebody to
We're not playing games. We're just streaming, talking to each other.
Yeah. Well,
hey guys, this is almost a podcast, except we're not doing it on the podcast format. We're doing it on Twitch.
Yeah.
It's a stream.
I think that's what I need, but I don't know. I think that me sitting there, like, I just don't know what to say, and there's not a lot of people in my chat like talking to me, so I have no one to reply to. And they say you're supposed to like play the game and talk continuously. That's how you get people to watch you.
I would talk more, but sometimes depends on which one I'm playing. But why am I going to sit there and talk to nobody? It's hard to do.
It's hard to
so
talk to
hard
nobody,
do.
but that's what they say you're supposed to do, and I have a problem with that.
I mean, I guess I can start making stuff up. You think people like made up stuff?
Yeah, probably.
At the end, be like, anything you heard might not be real. Could be, but might not be. Because I just had to fill in the content-o-meter.
Basically. Anyways, I don't know. Go follow Aaron on Twitch, but also follow me on Twitch because I'm still trying. But I do think my calling is to just be your moderator and edit your stuff.
You think people want to see some dude playing games or see some cute girl playing games? Depends.
Well, I am a cute girl, but you're better at games than me, so
it depends on if they want to see.
You're also a really cute guy.
Oh,
I was watching you stream and I was like...
That's okay. The girls were talking to me in the book of my mind too.
Oh my gosh, yes. He is popular with the women. Let me tell you about this one time we went to the dermatologist because I made him go to the dermatologist. That's what
Those
wives
ladies.
do. And we were in there
They
and
loved it.
it was one woman, a nurse, and like a teaching student or a student learning
Minor person.
I don't remember what that was called. Like a nerd. Or, anyways,
She was learning.
she was learning. And so there's 3 women in there, and Aaron's hands.
Torrie's also in there.
I'm in there, yeah, because I was getting checked
I'm
out too, and we
hollering.
were just in there together, and they're looking at him. He's got dirty hands because he is a mechanic, and so like the dirt's just seeped into his pores. And they're like, "What do you do?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm a mechanic." And then he starts talking about that, and they start talking about their cars, and he says something, and they are just laughing, dying laughing at this man. And I'm like, okay, but they think he's so funny, and they're just eating him up
Whole.
And I was just like, okay. They think he's so funny, and they like look at me and they're like, he is so funny. I'm like, okay.
I mean, I
Not
thought
that
it was
you're
just
not funny, it's
embarrassing
just like,
to
I was
me,
like,
but
okay.
I was like, oh, I guess it's apparently funny.
And he had like a big mole on the bottom of his foot, and I was like, take your shoe off, show that mole.
It was
And
not a big mole.
it was
It's
like
a freckle.
okay, big freckle. And
it was dark.
It was very dark and large on the bottom of his foot, and they made him take his shoe off because I pointed it out, and they were like, "Oh, good catch."
It wasn't large.
It was large to me.
It was like it's smaller than the size of like the thing that holds your tab on your Coke can.
Okay. But
Or
anyways,
close to that size.
they cut it off. LOL, because I was right. Nothing was wrong with it. It came
No,
back and
it
it was
came back
fine.
negative.
But anyways,
It hurt.
we're standing in line. These women are just talking to Aaron, and like I'm looking at him trying to like engage in the conversation. So is Lainey, but like they're just looking at him talking. And Aaron's so excited and smiley when you talk to him, so I can understand that. Because like I would love to talk to you too in line.
I really want to talk to them? No.
Also, Aaron hates talking to people.
I hate it.
But he's so pleasant and approachable.
I'm just like, let me keep it going for them so they don't feel awkward.
That's so good of you. Good job. Okay, Courtney's here. And now it's Courtney. Time jump. You smell good. You smell like a shower.
Because I clean. I take a shower.
Hell yeah.
Not frequently do I like shower before I do evening things. Because lately I've been an evening shower like before bed. Mm-hmm. So it's not often that you see me and I'm like freshly clean. I usually am like a day of stink. I might have a layer of perfume and deodorant on to mask. Yeah. It's not the same as a shower clean.
You never smell bad.
That's good.
Don't
Sometimes
smell.
I do smell bad.
Oh, me too. We all do.
Yeah.
But I'm a shower at night person.
Earlier today, I peeled my leggings off of my sweaty body from the walk that I had, and I was like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that. I got home and like, when your shoes are in, when your feet are in shoes all day.
Yeah.
And you just like need your toes to be free.
Yes.
I peeled my socks off and I was like,
yeah.
Spreading my toes and I was like, ew, I'm putting different socks on.
Yeah. I wore one pair of shoes to work and then I took them off to put on my tennis shoes to walk. And when I took off the first pair of shoes, I was like, I can't do it. Like, I can't put on shoes again. This is terrible.
Yeah.
And my feet were kind of sweaty and like, I don't think I even sweat that much. So it was really gross to me.
It'd be like that sometimes. Me and Aaron talked about kind of like when we started dating and like how we met and stuff. And then we talked about our Pokemon adventures today. Mm-hmm. And then Aaron started streaming. Did I tell you that?
You didn't tell me, but I did know.
You saw it.
Yeah.
Well, that's because I made him a YouTube, an Instagram, a TikTok, and started following all of our friends and posting and stuff about it as he was streaming that first time. And it was so fun.
I had no doubt that all of that was your doing.
Yeah. Well, the streaming part wasn't my doing. Like, he just one day said, I'm going to use your PC to stream. Could you, like, set it up for me? And I was like, whoa. Yeah, that's so fun. And then
you were, like, probably, like, immediately turned on.
Immediately. And he streamed 3 times now. It's crazy. He seems to like it. I had a espresso martini earlier because I was very sleepy after my long day.
That sounds delicious.
And what are you having? Tequila and...
Tequila and just like a sparkling water.
Ooh, delish.
Yeah, I was thinking about drinking wine tonight. But you know, sometimes the morning after wine is rough.
Yeah, Lainey asked me earlier, did I want to get some wine for tonight? And I was like, no, I don't think I should drink wine socially, actually.
No, it's a much more private.
That's a private event.
Or like just us.
Yeah.
Because then we don't stay up super late and we go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's like a really social event, I don't know.
No, because you start drinking the wine and you're being social, so you're not paying attention to how much wine you're drinking. Because it's not like a beer we could sip on it and it's a lot of volume. So then you get really drunk. And
I do think like wine drunk is different than other drunks.
oh yeah.
And if I drink wine, I'm gonna drink something else, I think.
Yeah.
Like if it's social. And wine then liquor, never sicker.
Yeah.
Is that the saying? You know, like, have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
Beer
Wine
than liquor.
Wine before beer, you're in the clear.
Liquor than beer, you're in the clear.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, I was like, no, should not do that. And then I'll be hungover, and it just wouldn't be good the next day.
Yeah, my tummy on wine
Yeah,
feels some feelings. I get headaches sometimes.
The headaches is the worst part of like a wine
Red
hangover.
wine
'Cause
has
it's like,
something in it specifically, which is something we should learn right now. It's called like tannins or something. Yeah.
supposed to let them mellow or something.
Yeah, it gives women headaches.
Yeah.
Have you started Quicksilver?
No.
Neither have I. Good.
Do tannins affect women more? You know what I have a hard time with? Women and women. Like how to spell women? WOMEN. Woman. But that's woman to me, not women.
Oh, okay.
But I know it's... I don't know it actually because I get confused every time.
Sounds like it's your accent to me.
Could be. Could be.
It's not that strong.
Actually,
but, like,
there's too much information on the tannins. I can't do that right now.
somebody that's a sommelier, please
Yeah, let us
tune
know.
in.
No, I have not started Quicksilver yet, but I will this week.
Me too.
I'll finish it before next Friday so we can do our recap. And then, so I'm going to Ireland March 4th.
Yeah.
I'm going to finish my tandem read
Yeah, you are.
of
You should probably
the
finish
Throne of
it
Glass series.
before.
No, yeah, I'm finishing it before I leave.
Otherwise, you're going to bring big books.
Yeah, I can't do that. I think I'm going to finish it before I leave. That way I can have the last book for the flight there, but I'm going to read it on my iPad.
Okay.
Because I own it on my iPad
Smart.
also.
And that way you don't have to bring an actual book.
I don't have to bring an actual
Smart.
book. And I just really need to finish this tandem read. I've been trying to finish it for...
It's been a long
I
time.
want to say a year.
I think so.
Or going on a year, because...
Because I probably started ACOTAR like a year ago. And you were doing this tandem read when I started ACOTAR. That's okay.
I think
That's
I just...
unfortunate, but that's okay.
It's unfortunate. I think it's because I don't know what happens at the end, but I hear it's like really bad.
Oh,
It hurts your feelings. And I think I'm like actively avoiding it.
yeah.
But
I do
anyways, I'm going to finish that tandem read at least before I leave for Ireland, just because. So I'm going to read 3 books in the next month.
That's not crazy.
No.
Honestly, maybe you should just like get on Audible and listen to it, like,
Yeah.
or look it up on YouTube. Maybe it's on there, so you don't have to pay anything for it.
Yeah. Well, and now that, I'm subbing and I have all the time in the world during my day.
Do you want to color or read?
Yeah. Because I've been coloring.
Do one class and then one the next.
I've been watching Severance. Have you heard of that? With Ben Wyatt in it. He's Ben Wyatt in Parks and Rec.
Ben White or
Ben Wyatt.
Wyatt. Okay.
That's his name in Parks and Rec. That's
Okay.
not actually his
I've
real
seen
name.
all of Parks and Rec, but that's the...
The guy that Leslie loves at the end.
Okay. Yeah.
He's like one of the main
What is
characters in that.
actor's name? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
But I am going to look it up because I want to make sure that my brain is braining the right thing. Anyway.
It's going to be something like really obvious that we should know when you look it up.
Yeah. Thank goodness. Adam Scott.
Okay, yeah, I knew that.
I didn't. But, like, as I'm reading it, I feel like maybe I did.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't actually know that.
Well.
You know what I think? I think when I read Adam Scott, my brain thought of Michael Scott, and it was like, yeah, I know that.
Yeah. Maybe so.
But it's not. Like, I don't actually know that. But
That's okay.
cool. He looks like an Adam.
He does.
He looks like an Adam Scott.
So true.
Severance. Okay, so I've definitely heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he direct it, or did he just...
That's a good question. I don't know. Let's Google that.
Something else.
It's very, very creepy.
Yeah.
You know, it's not scary, I would say.
Wait, do you have Apple TV?
I have a free trial at this moment.
Oh my gosh. If you pay for it, let me know.
I need to cancel it on Tuesday. Gotta finish Severance by Tuesday.
I do that, and I'll put it in my calendar.
I did that, yeah.
And set an alarm to cancel a subscription once the free trial is over.
Yeah, I did that. It was only a 7-day trial, so that's unfortunate. But
you can watch something real quick in 7 days.
I'll probably just pay for it for a month. I'll let you know. But it's really creepy, but not scary.
It's directed by Ben Stiller.
Oh, I did see that on the credit thing.
Congratulations, Ben.
Oh, Ben.
I know him. No, not really. Just kidding.
Yeah, it's really creepy. I think I like it. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so I think you would be proud of me. I've been watching A Handmaid's Tale. I thought you would like that.
I love it.
Okay, I'm only like 3 episodes in.
Yeah.
It is so fucked up.
So fucked up and dark.
I can't stop watching it.
Oh, and you know what? Sometimes you might have to take like a mental health check because I've been put in really weird places because of that show.
Yeah?
Like, it's so dark sometimes. Like, you think it's weird and dark now. There are some scenes that are like really dark, but so good.
Yeah, I love it. Like, it's so fucked up, but it's made really well, and the story is like that could happen.
Yeah, it could so happen. Mm-hmm. And the further you get, the flashbacks that they give you about how it all like fell down, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's so scary.
I feel super confused. And it's definitely a show that, like, if you are a person that watches shows and kind of, like, does other things, you can't do that. I can't do that with this.
This is like you have to sit down and watch.
Yeah. Which is rare for me to actually pay attention, so it's going to take me a long time to get through it. But I really love it. Also, I wish I could sit down on a rainy day or an icy day and just binge watch all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would take a few days to binge it because there's a lot of episodes.
Seasons,
yeah, and the episodes are long, I guess, maybe. Or maybe there's a lot of episodes per season. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, Rory Gilmore's in it, so.
Yes, and she's very good in it.
Yeah.
And June. I love June.
The wife of the household that the main character is in, she was in Chuck. Did you ever watch Chuck? It's about some like nerd guy that works at a Best Buy style place that becomes a spy.
Okay.
And she's like the hot, sexy as fuck spy that comes and is like, now you're going to do everything that I tell you to do because you're an idiot and I'm going to run the show. And then they fall in love.
Oh.
And he's kind of, I don't remember the actor's name, but he's attractive to me because I like that type of guy. Yeah.
I'll have to look that up. No, I don't even think I've heard of Chuck. Maybe I haven't. I just don't remember.
I feel like if you saw a snippet of it, you'd be like,
Probably.
Oh, yeah, that was around. I think it was just one of those shows that like my parents would record on their DVR.
Like the Ghost Whisperer.
Yeah, and my whole family would be subjected, and I actually loved it. And then in adulthood, I binge watched all of it. I don't think that I watched all of it. I think maybe I didn't finish it.
Okay.
DNF'd. Is that what you say?
DNF.
Yeah, because you're cool. Whenever you say stuff like that, I have to brain really hard sometimes.
Sometimes I still see things that people say and I'm like, what's that?
Yeah.
There's this
But
new thing
I
called.
will not ask. I will just figure it out on my own.
Yeah.
Like, I'll write
I'll
a
Google it
note in my
sometimes.
phone
Yeah.
and wait until I have a chance.
There's a new thing that kids say. It's called the huzz. And I was like, what is that? And I don't know how I figured it out, but I think they're saying hose. Like, where's the hose? But they're saying huzz. And then Aaron thinks it's like a shortened term for hussy or something.
Cute.
And I'm like, okay, I'm old.
I'll have to ask somebody much younger than
Yeah.
I to
Like,
figure
what's
that
a
out.
huzz? And is that derogatory? Sorry.
Yeah. What if you were just slurring?
I might have been slurring. That's my bad. I don't know what it means. Let me know in the comments. Like Kyle XY. Did you ever
Belly
watch
button.
Kyle XY? Yeah. That was something that I used to record. And yeah.
Yeah, there were a lot of shows that my parents would record for us to watch later, and they had like, I don't know how it happened, but it would be like we would all eat dinner together, and it wasn't super common that we got to eat dinner together, but if we did, because we all danced and were super active, but if we had dinner together, we were gonna sit down and watch a show together, and they had a handful of shows: Psych, Monk, that Chuck show I just told you about, the Mentalist, like stuff like that. And we would all sit down and watch them. And at some point, like, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to go be on the phone with my friends or play on my computer. I had a desktop in my bedroom because I don't know how that happened. Magic. I got it though. Like, it was the joint family computer, and then it got put in my room. And that was really fucking awesome. And I played Sims on it.
Oh, yeah.
So much Sims.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure I was doing other things that I should not have been doing, like talking to boy, singular.
Did you ever use, what was that chat that everybody used?
AOL.
Was it AOL chat?
For me, I used AOL.
I think it was. I thought it was called something else, but anyways, yeah, that was like peak
I did.
chatting.
Yeah. Did you ever use Omegle?
Yes, that is where I saw my first male genitalia.
No way.
And I didn't ask for it. It was just there.
I do think I saw a few of those too, and it would just be a quick skip, but
Yeah, but like, ew. And also scary.
so scary. But I would only ever do Omegle whenever I had a friend with me.
Yeah, me too.
Because I was way too afraid to do that by myself. Because I think I'm kind of a scaredy cat.
I was too, yeah.
So is that how you pronounce it?
Omegle is what I thought,
Oh, okay.
but I mean, that's just what I read.
It's spelt weird. Like, how would you...
Omegle. One of those. That's still a thing. Like, people will get on stream and just stream them going through people on Omegle.
That's fun.
Yeah, as long as they're not a penis. I don't think that the penises happen
Yeah.
as often anymore. There's probably more like safeguards and guidelines now. To
I would hope so.
like literally. So sorry for anyone listening, but like that knew me and Nikki as children. Like we would get on there, and not in search of the penises. Like they would just, you would be skipping people, and then like a man would have the camera fully on his crotch.
Yeah.
And you just skip really fast, and then you'd try to find somebody else to talk to. Just so weird.
Ugh. Which, like, why were we just trying to find random people to talk to? What
So
were we even
unsafe.
talking about?
Literally nothing.
Can't even... I don't remember well enough to tell you, like, what even conversations... Also, I remember, like, not telling people where I was from or my age or anything. I don't know.
Ugh. And you know what? Now that I'm subbing and listening to high schoolers talk to each other, I'm thinking to myself, like, that's the kind of conversations I was probably having because everybody's just so silly and young and stupid.
Silly.
I heard a conversation. I subbed for a criminal justice class or something.
Cool.
And so they were looking up things to do maybe like a research paper on or something like that. And this girl said, it was two girls talking. And one of them said, "Everyone's a sex offender, bro." And then the other girl goes, "No, literally." And then she goes, everyone on this list is so ugly. And I'm just sitting at my desk like,
Ooh.
but they were also, she was reading different crimes off. And so she'd just be like, blah, 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 killed his first 2 wives. And then they would just start giggling. Like they thought it was so funny. And I'm
hate
like,
that part.
these are like really real people dying, you guys.
Yeah.
Ugh. But
The sex offender list is crazy because when just a couple of days ago, that was getting passed around every teacher's room at my work.
Really?
At the preschool. Yeah. So apparently, every so often, I don't know how often it is, but all the teachers have to look at it to make sure that, like, none of the current parents or people that are picking up the kids are on the list.
whoa.
Yeah. And they can read, there's so much information about them. It's their name, I'm assuming also their age, and then their offense, which is wild. And, like, I don't think you ever get off of that list.
I don't think
So
so.
they were talking about how people they've seen on it that have been on it for a long time. It's crazy that you brought it up.
It is crazy.
Yeah. Also, teenagers obviously have no shame, so they can talk about really dark things and giggle, whatever. But I've been in the staff break room this week because I don't go outside anymore because, you know, tragedy. And while I'm reading my book by myself silently, other people are talking around me. And more often than not, it's something like crazy. Like they're talking about trigger warnings, multiple, like their children dying at a young age. They're talking about children on the planet dying from other things, from sickness, from whatever. They're talking about like a person they know that they're going to their funeral next week because of some tragic illness that they got, so they died. Lots of death, certainly, like so much of it, just constantly, and just like no filter, no worry that anybody around them. I don't know any of these people. I know like 3 people's names, and they're just openly talking about all these dark, horrible things.
Whoa.
And why do people do that? Why do you just immediately, like, you're having a conversation with somebody and you talk about the darkest thing?
It's like they just like
They don't have anything else.
don't have anything else to talk about, and they're just like,
It's like they can't talk about. My real thought is that these people struggle to talk to like their close family and friends, or maybe spouses even, about the dark and sadness, and so then they go and like word vomit to a person at work that they don't know
yeah,
at all.
that could be it.
I don't like it
I don't either.
because there have been multiple times where I've just been like, "Whoa."
Yeah.
Like, do I say, "Oh my God, that shocked me"? Can you maybe not? Like, that was kind of triggering. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I just want to read my smutty book and read how Mr. Mans is doing something.
Well, I already told you this, but like I had a girl in one of the classes, and everybody was making like jokes about her weight,
Yeah.
and they're teenagers, and she's like making light of it and joking back and stuff, but like I really wanted to be like, hey, like,
Yeah.
whoa. We're not going to talk about weight. Like, y'all need to stop. But then I didn't want her to think I was trying to, like, fight her battles. Like, she obviously was trying to seem cool with it and stuff.
Yeah.
And just, like, brush
And
it
you're
off.
only going to see her like one time.
Ever, yeah.
Maybe.
But, like, I was like, "Ugh, I hate that so much. And I want to say something. But, like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's hard to be an adult in a room of like many adults, because you know, to them they're fully grown.
They feel grown,
They
yeah.
are so grown. But I don't know that you could have done anything that would have not been weird. Like if you had
Yeah.
brought any attention to it, it would have. No, I myself am the person that I would have said something, and I just would have been like, ugh, gross, guys, no,
Yeah, like,
don't
stop.
do that.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of vocal with stuff like that because I get triggered by it. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that hurt
I was-
my feelings.
I was fully triggered by it. Not only, like, them talking about her weight, but her trying to make
Yeah.
light of it and brush it off. Like, I've been that kid, like, making fun of myself to seem like it
Yeah.
wasn't a big deal. Because sometimes that does work. Like, if you make fun of yourself, then they won't say it anymore. But that wasn't the case here. Like, they just kept on and on. Like, they kept feeding off of it. And she would be like, haha, so funny. And, like,
Yeah.
make another joke. And I was just like, oh my gosh. Like,
Yeah.
at what point? But, I don't know. That was a...
Weird.
And
And another dark, like, why are we so, I don't know, all the negative.
yeah.
Sad.
And I really wish, and they're also like, and I'm sure this is how every teacher ever felt about me, and everybody else that was younger than them, and dumb, and making poor choices. But like, I look at these kids and I hear the things they're saying and how much they don't care about school. Like, they'll just be like, one dude said, I hope there's still a sub next year in Spanish too, so I can pass, so I don't have to do anything. Or like, they're like asking me, I'm their sub, and they're like, oh, can we just talk instead of doing the assignment? And I'm like, no, you can do the assignment then talk or whatever. I really just want to like take them and like grab them and be like, hey, learning is like really, really important.
It sounds super dumb, but actually,
Yeah, like,
just pay attention. This is when your brain is developing and it's the easiest to learn it.
yeah.
Just just do it.
I wish
Just
they
try.
could understand like learning is so, so important and vital, and like it might seem boring to you, but like it's totally not.
No.
It's so important.
Even if it's the math stuff that you're not going to use probably ever,
Yeah.
it can support you through other stuff, And just like using your brain that way,
Yeah.
Is good for you to just, I don't know, it'll help.
But
I do think there's some parts of school that are super fucking dumb, but
oh yeah, for sure. But
also grateful for my education.
yeah,
I don't think that I sloughed it off as much as I could have.
yeah,
I do think that I bullshitted my way through a lot of it, but I could have been worse.
I definitely like. I went to school where they went to school, basically, and I see like how the system is like. I don't know. I used to think high school was like really, really easy, and I could just like do the bare minimum, and I got an A because you can.
Yeah.
But like, I just wish that most of them could hear me say it. I've never said it to any of them because like, who cares? They don't know me. But like, I wish they could like hear me say like, oh no, like you're here in school to like learn things, and like you should just learn them because you're gonna need them in the future. Do you want to be like a nobody in this small town who doesn't know anything and doesn't go anywhere with their life? No, then maybe just like, you don't even have to be like this super smart person and have a high IQ and score a perfect score on the ACT. Like,
You just have to try 50%.
try just a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying
But
you need to learn
also-
Spanish. I'm just saying like, they don't care. Like, hearing them, I'm hearing them all around me talk about how they hate school. They don't want to be here. They think this is stupid. And I'm just like, no, like learning is really important.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people complaining at work this week about random stuff that seems like kind of important. Like, they were talking about how the kids are supposed to brush their teeth after they eat lunch. And they're like, but they don't brush their teeth after they eat breakfast. And they don't, then they eat a snack after they eat lunch. And, they don't brush their teeth. And I was just thinking the whole time, like, these kids might not brush their teeth at home. So they should brush their teeth at school. Because what if, like their teeth need to be healthy?
What if this is the only time?
Only time, and I smell some of their breaths. It's their only time. They need to be brushing their teeth.
Yeah.
And it's like an inconvenience, but I don't know. They were complaining about the breaks that we get and it only being 15-minute breaks, which, yeah, it's fucking stupid and it sucks, but also, I don't know, just, it's okay. You don't have to complain that much. I just want to complain to you. I don't want to complain to all the people that I work with. I don't know. Maybe that's my thing. Somebody safe to complain to.
Yeah. IDK. Learning matters, you guys. That was on my list.
Learning matters.
But we've got to go to Galentine's, so we're going to end it there. Hope you enjoyed this little mini pod. It might have been a little normal. It was probably a little shorter than usual, but
We
That's
can
okay.
continue once we're toasty.
Oh, that's true. We might come back drunk and continue.
6 hours later.
We were actually just sitting here talking about hangers, and we said, actually, this is podcast material. Let's turn these back on. And so that's how we got here.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, before we push record, not a moment of silence could be heard at any time. And now we're like, what do we talk about? We've been sitting here for 2 hours yapping it up.
Also, the world just missed the best burp. I burped
Oof.
in a while.
I
was a good
honestly
one.
don't think I've ever heard her burp, and she burped. But he was right before we hit record.
It's also funny that you've never heard me burp before because I kind of burp a lot, and I'm like an open mouth. Like I just let them go.
You know,
Burper?
maybe I have, and I just like have never thought about it.
Yeah. My my older sister, every time I do, she'll be like, gross.
Did she not burp?
Don't do that. She's just like, she's kind of proper. A bit.
Bit fancy.
I wonder if she farts around her husband. I feel like maybe she doesn't.
Do you fart around James?
Yeah.
I'd be farting.
I just.
Me and Aaron have known each other since we were 15.
Yeah.
That is literally half my life. I can't live life not farting around him.
Yeah.
Draco, in or out, bro?
James and I are very cozy around each other. And I have moments, where I just feel more gassy than others, and it comes out, and
Don't
I
we
just
all?
have to release my demons. This is what it seems like sometimes. And then every time I'll let it go, and then I'll look and go, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
And he'll just be like, no, I'm glad you got it out. And I can't tell if he's like, oh my God, let me run away. Or if he's like, aw, that's so endearing.
Mm-hmm.
What a sweet moment we just shared. You're comfortable enough.
Yeah.
I think it's...
How long have y'all been together? 2 years? Or 1.5?
Yeah, like 1.5, I think.
I just can't remember because whenever he said like, oh yeah, I met a girl on a cruise. She lives in Texas. Like,
Yeah,
and then we didn't meet you till like
it's a long time.
a long time later.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. How does that like fit into the timeline of my brain?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's normal. I can't remember. I think at one point when I first started dating Aaron, I told him I didn't poop. So
Yeah, I mean,
I denied the pooping allegations.
early 20s, Courtney did not poop or fart or any of that at all.
Yeah. Of course.
I'll be 30 in 19 days.
Oof.
She poops.
30-year-olds, we poop.
What a revelation.
Yeah.
I think it's healthy to let it out. I don't know. We all do it.
Yeah.
I think to a certain extent. Like, there was a guy that I dated when I was 20, actually, that was just like, he was super gassy. It was a lot. It was too much. Excuse me. It was too much. And it was just constant. And I think it was kind of gross. Like, it was disgusting. Like, something wasn't okay with his bowels.
Yeah.
But if it's a healthy amount.
I think you should. Obviously, it's okay if you poot in front of me, but at the same time,
If I did in front of you?
oh, that's more okay than Aaron. But what I mean is, Aaron, it's okay if he poots in front of me. It's fine. But if it's like nasty,
Yeah.
and like you've got some tummy issues,
Go to the
I don't need to
bathroom.
be subjected to that.
Nah.
Honestly, like it's almost disrespectful.
Well, since we're on the topic, there was one time at band camp, No. At home, maybe a couple of weeks ago, a month ago, I ate something. And, you know, I'm lactose intolerant. And I ate something that was kind of upsetting to my belly. And I just think that I had some demons come out of me.
Don't we all?
In the gas form.
Stinky.
So stinky. And it's so bad. Like, I can't
No, like,
even
sometimes-
describe it.
Go ahead and say it.
It was so
Rotten.
fucking rank. And, you know, I'm laying in the bed. And
Yeah.
I've got a blanket.
Oh,
not
no,
the bed.
it's-
I'm
it's
on the
trapped
couch.
under?
I was on the couch. And I had a blanket. And we're just watching TV, enjoying our lives. And I would just rumble out whatever's happening. And we're watching whatever we're watching. And then a moment later, like, James would readjust himself or, like, move to the side. Or I would move to the side. And it would release. And so it would be silent. You couldn't hear it. Maybe a little rumble. And then a moment later, like, it would take a second,
Oh,
like
yeah.
30 seconds, or maybe even more. And then all of a sudden, it was released.
It's been held up under that blanket for 10 seconds.
Truly
Cooking.
cooking under the blanket. Oh my gosh. It's so bad. It was so bad. And I think it happened, like, maybe 3 times that night.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Whew.
And you know, that's okay, ladies.
It was unfortunate.
That's
Literally.
unfortunate, but sometimes.
But I'm still loved.
Because
And-
guess what? Everybody be Putin.
Yeah. Babies do it. Why can't I?
Our dogs do it.
Oh my gosh.
Sometimes.
Lulu, my dogs are worse than mine. And James's, they're so nasty. Dogs.
We went to Galentine's tonight. And I just thought of it because it's itching my wrist.
Oh no.
I made a friendship bracelet and it says, "Nobody hates me."
Because anxiety.
Oh my gosh. I have so much anxiety. And yeah. So I wrote, "Nobody hates me," so I can just read that whenever I'm feeling that way. We also played Jeopardy tonight.
Oh my god.
And me and Courtney dominated. We won every game. We played
the
3
first
times.
2 rounds we kicked absolute ass.
Yeah.
And then, you know, somebody participated the 3rd round, which I fucking love her. She did actually kind of kick her ass anyway, but
Yeah.
we just got like a luck. We got 1. And we beat them just by a little bit. A little tiny bit. Which was good.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
It was so fun.
I don't know, like, we've played Jeopardy kind of sort of together before, and I didn't realize how much fun it is.
Yeah, we played Jeopardy and
Did you know that conversation hearts are called sweethearts?
I've never heard that in my whole entire life, but
I have heard that, but I felt like a big old dummy. You said they're called conversation hearts, and I was like, yeah, they are. And I do think that they are. I think Sweethearts might be another brand.
yeah. I said branches. That was my answer.
And I said, nah. There were a couple of times, though, that you said something that was completely right, and I said, maybe it's this. And you
I don't even-
let me.
Because I don't know.
You do, though. And squid have 10 tentacles?
Yeah.
That blew my mind. I thought it was an uneven number.
At one point, we were talking about Galentine's Day, and I referenced
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec,
Yeah.
obviously. And then one of the questions was, what TV show did Galentine's Day originate from or become popular from or something?
Yeah.
And I was like, hell yeah, Parks and Rec.
The way you were so hype about it, too.
I didn't hesitate. I was like, Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
And that's what the answer was. And I felt very good about that.
as you should, because that was badass. And that wasn't even the first time I've heard you reference it, because we were talking about Mr. Ben from Parks and Rec.
Ben Wyatt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I've been watching Severance,
Mm-hmm.
which we talked about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Still don't know what's going on there.
Say this word.
Especially?
All right. When you're like quick and in the middle of it, you say especially.
Oh, I don't doubt it. Because sometimes I'm like, espresso. And sometimes, well, not as much anymore, but I would doubt myself when I'm spelling espresso. I'm like, espresso. I'm really sorry.
I forgive you. That is the slightest little like thing that in my brain, if somebody says espresso.
Well, Sabrina helped me, actually,
Yeah.
to know that it's espresso. That's I mean espresso. I don't know. Sometimes I just be breezing right through words.
That's the only one ever that I've like really heard you say.
Especially? Yeah. After I said that out loud,
That felt
that is
natural.
what I say. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too. I hate
And
to
you
bring
know
it
what?
up.
Specifically,
Never heard you say that before.
I don't think I do.
But specifically, what do you mean? That kind of sounds right.
Specifically-
If you say it the strongest, you know, like with determination,
Especially. Oh my God.
specifically, in a Pacific way.
And you know what? Matter of fact, especially and specifically, all at one time. I'm really sorry.
Whew, that's unfortunate.
That's unfortunate. I'll do better. Especially, I got it. Don't worry about it.
Je suis fatigué.
What the fuck?
It's French for I am tired.
Especially. That's French for.
There's a little girl in the preschool that is bilingual, Spanish and English, and the other teachers in the room, their minds were blown when I knew what she was saying in Spanish today. And I was just like, all she said was aquí, which is,
Where?
yeah, here.
Oh, here.
And then we went over our colors in Spanish and in English, and they were just like, amazing. And I was like, no. I don't actually know Spanish. I just know like
Some words.
3-year-old Spanish. That's my level. I got some colors and some words and some fruit and vegetables and like tiny little conversational. That's all I got.
Did you ever like stay the night at your friend's house and they were like, yeah, my mom said you could stay the night, but you have to go to church with me the next day?
Yeah. I
Me
had
too.
one friend that did that.
I had one friend that did that too.
No, 2. Maggie.
Well.
Crazy. I forgot that she did that. And she went to like youth group.
Or it's not even like she did that. Her parents did that. Really?
She did it.
Oh,
to
she
me.
wanted to go?
She said, if you spend the night, you have to go to church with me the next day.
Oh, okay.
The other person, whenever I said, oh, yeah, one, her parents said, yeah, she could spend the night if she goes to church with me. And it was the same thing, like, that they both went to a youth group. And so we would really just go and hang out with teenagers. There was no holiness going on.
Oh, my gosh.
No holy chats.
So, that church I went to as a teenager.
Wait, you were the friend that said you can spend the night, but if you only go church.
If you only go church?
If you
No.
go to church with me.
Actually, no. I don't know if I ever did that. My mom definitely didn't. But I might have asked. Actually, no. I don't think any of my friends ever went to church with me. I think that my boyfriend did. I made him go to church with me. Because I think we could only hang out once a week, and it was on Sundays. But anyways,
Wow.
shit. Okay, so I used to go to like Wednesday church. So clinkly. What is it called? Wednesday church?
I don't know.
Anyways, Wednesday services or whatever. And so there was like a youth group or whatever, and I used to go there because I liked all the people there, and like the married couple that was like over it, I really liked them. And I think I was mostly just going to see my friends and hang out with my boyfriend. Of course, you're a teenager. But I really did like that youth group. And at one point, every now and then we would play this game called Assassin. Which, not very holy, but so fun.
Yeah.
So you would draw out of a hat or a bucket or whatever. And if you got Assassin, you would just you wouldn't know. Almost like when you're playing Among Us or something online. What? You don't know what that is. Okay, so everybody draws something. It's either you're like a town member, a normal person, and there's one assassin. Okay. And you have to kind of guess who the assassin is.
Right.
And like you would do like funny little things or questions, or you would just try to kind of guess who the assassin was. And okay, it was a fun game or whatever. And then one day, I guess one of the kids told their parent, this is what we do sometimes on Wednesday. And they got fired. And they actually left the church. They didn't come back because of it. Because we were still studying the Bible, but then sometimes we would play this little game. It just wasn't anything.
You're getting kids to play and enjoy themselves.
And it literally, yes, it was a game called Assassin, and one person was the assassin, but it wasn't violent, or we didn't plan how we were killing people. I don't know. It was so normal and fun. And I'm still friends with those people on Facebook. And
no, I remember going to a friend's church and playing murder. And the murder game was that one person was chosen to be the murderer, and everybody else was normal.
Yeah.
And all you did was everybody closed their eyes. I don't know how. One person was chosen, and then you walked around and you winked at each other. And or you would sit in a circle and wink at each other. And the murderer would wink at you. So you just look at each other in the circle constantly, and if the murderer winked at you, you died. Mm-hmm. And then you had to guess who the murderer was.
I think maybe everyone closed their eyes, and if you got touched, you died or
something. Another one was the murderer was chosen the same way. Why can I not say murderer? It sounds so weird.
So many syllables.
And then the person would murder you. Everybody would walk around and shake hands with everybody. So you'd go and just shake hands normally. If you shake hands normally, you're good to go. If the murderer squeezes your hand, you die.
Yeah.
So you have to wait until you squeeze, until you shake 2 more hands, and then you die. And everybody has to guess who the murderer is. That was a game that I played at churches.
Yeah.
So that the assassin game, that's normal.
You so play normal
death games at churches.
Yeah. So normal. I don't know.
That's sad.
That was really sad at the time, because I was oh no, I loved coming to church on Wednesdays and being with those people, and then they got fired from it, or demoted or whatever, and then they stopped coming. If y'all ever listen to this, I was not scarred, or
no.
I don't know,
they were good people that were just giving you enjoyment.
Yeah so normal, so fine, so sorry. I feel like we should end it there.
You want to?
I mean,
it's practically 1 a.m.
It's 1 a.m. We already recorded an hour, so whatever I can salvage from this.
You're just gonna find little clips of us chatting.
This. Yeah, but we're gonna keep talking because we're still waiting on them. Waiting on the men.
I feel sassy about that.
Okay, so we are recapping Quicksilver next episode.
Mm-hmm.
We still have not read it, but don't worry, we're
about to. So read it too.
Yeah, you still have a whole week. Courtney's going to recap it for us.
Oh my God. Yeah, I am.
Yeah, follow us on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. And also follow me personally. My name is Tori Jade on all of those things. And Twitch. I stream video games sometimes. But also my husband's streaming now. And he's much better at it. If you want to follow him, his name is Young Cyndaquil.
Why do you think he's better at it?
He's just very, very good at games.
Oh, but you're you, so
That's
you
true.
know.
You know, whatever. Either one. Or both. Follow both. That's fine.
The end.
Yeah, if you want to join the book club, it's on Fable.
Mm-hmm.
The
That's
end.
unfortunate.
It's under That's Unfortunate podcast.
Bye.
All right.
We love you.
I feel like there was something else, but that's okay. We'll talk about it next time.
Do you have any like funny quips you need to do for social media things?
Subscribe.